Stop whatever you're doing, because what I'm about to show you will change the way you remember Tiger Woods forever. You think you know his story, the world-famous golfer, the championships, the billion-dollar endorsements, the perfect life. But there's one part of his past that shocked the entire planet. The woman who stood beside him at the very peak of his empire. And the way her life looks today will leave you speechless. Back then, she was known simply as Tiger. Hey, if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, don't forget to click subscribe. It's completely free, and this way you won't miss any of our next stories from the stars you grew up with. Tiger Woods' stunning ex-wife, Elin Nordegren. But what happened to her after the biggest sports scandal of the decade is something almost no one saw coming. And trust me, the transformation is unbelievable. Because after betrayal, heartbreak, and disappearing from the spotlight for years, Elin has rebuilt her life in a way that will blow your mind. And once you see where she is today, you'll understand why people are calling this one of the most jaw-dropping comebacks ever. Let's rewind to 2004. Tiger Woods wasn't just a golfer, he was a global superstar, a living legend. Everywhere he went, cameras followed, fans screamed, and brands poured in millions just to be associated with his name. And then came Elin Nordegren, the Swedish model whose beauty and elegance caught Tiger's heart. Their wedding was straight out of a fairy tale. The private island ceremony, the breathtaking mansion, the lifestyle of pure luxury. To the outside world, they were the golden couple. Tiger was the king of golf. Elin was the picture-perfect wife, and together they were untouchable. Every magazine cover, every interview, every photograph screamed perfection. But behind closed doors, something was wrong, something huge. Then came 2009, the year the world stopped. One shocking headline after another as woman after woman came forward, revealing Tiger's secret, double life. The man who seemed flawless had been hiding something scandalous, and when the truth exploded, it shook the entire world. Paparazzi swarmed their home. News channels ran 24/7 coverage. Elin Nordegren, blindsided and humiliated, became one of the most photographed women on the planet. Every expression, every move, every tear captured by the press. It was chaos. It was heartbreak. And for Elin, it was the moment everything she knew fell apart in front of billions. After the scandal broke, the world was watching, and everyone had one question. What would Elin do next? Would she fight for the marriage? Would she stay silent? Would she expose everything? And then the answer came. In 2010, Elin filed for divorce, and it instantly became one of the most talked about breakups in sports history. And here's the part nobody saw coming. The settlement. Reports claim Elin walked away with an estimated $100 million. Yes, $100 million. But here's where the story gets even crazier. Instead of cashing in on fame, instead of writing books, doing interviews, or turning her heartbreak into a brand, Elin vanished. No reality TV, no press tours, no Instagram revenge posts. She walked away from the spotlight and disappeared into complete silence. And for years, nobody knew where she was, what she was doing, or how she was rebuilding her life. But then, whispers began. Rumors started spreading, something about Elin's secret transformation. And trust me, when the truth finally came out, no one was ready for it. After leaving the chaos behind, Elin completely reinvented herself. While the tabloids chased her, she built an entirely new life, and she did it quietly, deliberately, and on her own terms. She moved into a private Florida estate, kept her circle small, and focused on what mattered most, her 2 kids. While the world wanted drama, Elin wanted peace, and she found it by staying silent and living far away from the cameras. But she didn't just hide. Behind the scenes, Elin was working on something nobody expected. She went back to school, earned a degree in psychology, and started shaping a future built on strength, independence, and self-growth. And yet, the mystery around her only grew. People wondered, how does someone survive a scandal like that and come out stronger? How does someone turn betrayal into one of the most inspiring comebacks we've ever seen? Well, the answer finally came when Ellen stepped back into the public eye, and when people saw her again. They were stunned. She didn't just recover, she transformed. And just when the world thought her story was over, she shocked everyone again by finding love in the last place anyone expected. Just when everyone thought Elin Nordegren had stepped away from the spotlight for good, she shocked the world all over again. After years of silence, whispers started spreading. Paparazzi began snapping mysterious photos, and the rumor was true. Elin was in love again. But here's the part no one expected. Her new partner wasn't just anyone. It was Jordan Cameron, a former NFL star. A man who, just like Elin, knew what it felt like to live under constant media attention and to walk away from it. At first, they kept everything private, no flashy Instagram posts, no public declarations, just two people slowly building a quiet, stable life together. But when Ellen was spotted out in public, visibly pregnant, the media exploded. Headlines everywhere. For the first time since the Tiger Woods scandal, the world was talking about Elin Nordegren again. But this time, it wasn't about betrayal, it wasn't about heartbreak, it was about a fresh start and a new chapter. In 2019, Elin and Jordan welcomed their baby boy, a moment that symbolized just how far she had come since the darkest period of her life. And if you thought this was where her story finally settled, you'd be wrong. Because what happened next with Tiger Woods is something absolutely no one saw coming. For years, the world assumed Tiger Woods and Elin Nordegren would never speak again. The betrayal, the scandal, the headlines. It was too big, too public, too painful. Everyone thought the damage was permanent. But then, something unexpected happened. Slowly, quietly, behind the scenes, Tiger and Elin rebuilt their relationship. Not as a couple, but as co-parents. And eventually, as friends. Today, sources close to the family say their relationship is better than ever. They spend time together with their kids. They've found forgiveness, peace, and a way to rewrite their story without the bitterness that once defined it. And here's the part that stuns most people. Tiger Woods publicly praised Elin, calling her an amazing mother and crediting her for helping him become a better man. After years of chaos, heartbreak, and headlines that nearly destroyed them both. Elin and Tiger have done what very few people in the public eye ever managed to do. They've taken one of the most scandalous celebrity breakups of all time and turned it into a story of healing, growth, and unexpected friendship. But if you think you know how Elin's life looks now, wait until you see where she is today. Trust me, you won't believe the transformation. After years of silence, Elin Nordegren finally stepped back into the public eye. And when people saw her, they couldn't believe it. Gone was the heartbroken young woman who had once been splashed across every headline. In her place was a confident, radiant, completely transformed Elin, living life entirely on her own terms. Today, Elin lives in a breathtaking $50 million Florida mansion, a private paradise she purchased after the divorce. But here's what's even more shocking. She's managed to build a life of quiet luxury while staying almost completely off the radar. No over-the-top flaunting, no scandals, no drama, just peace, success, and family. She now raises her 3 children, 2 with Tiger Woods, and her youngest with Jordan Cameron, in complete privacy. And despite all the chaos of the past, Elin has rebuilt her world into something that feels untouchable. And when photos of her new look began circulating online, fans couldn't stop talking. Some called her unrecognizable. Others said she looks happier than ever. But here's the thing. Ellen's transformation isn't just about how she looks. It's about what she's built. After one of the biggest scandals in sports history, she didn't just survive. She came back stronger than anyone expected. Looking back now, it's hard to believe how far Ellen Nordegren has come. From the scandal that shook the entire world, to one of the most expensive divorces in history, to completely reinventing herself and creating a life filled with peace, love, and freedom. Ellen's story is more than just a celebrity comeback. It's a masterclass in resilience. She took heartbreak, humiliation, and betrayal and turned it into a life that millions of people envy today. And maybe that's the lesson here. Sometimes the most shocking transformations happen when the cameras stop rolling. As for Ellen, she's living proof that sometimes the quietest victories are the most powerful. But the truth is, her story isn't over. Rumors are swirling again about her next move. And if the past has taught us anything, it's this. When Ellen Nordegren makes a change, the entire world pays attention. And that is the story of Ellen Nordegren, a woman who went from being at the center of one of the biggest scandals in sports history to facing heartbreak, humiliation, and betrayal in front of the entire world, to finally rebuilding her life, quietly, powerfully, and on her own terms. She could have stayed broken. She could have disappeared forever, but instead, Ellen turned her pain into power. Today, she's a devoted mother living a life of peace, happiness, and freedom. Proof that no matter how public your fall might be, your comeback can be even stronger. And yet, here's the thing. Her story isn't over. If there's one thing Ellen has taught us, it's this. Sometimes, the most shocking chapters